You're listening to the Midwest Most Dangerous Podcast, Lock Pod. That's Left of Center Podcast, Season 18, Episode 5, coming to you live from the NECA IBEW Power in Indiana Lake County Studios.
Happy Friday. What are you?
5.
Episode 8.
What did I say?
You said episode 5.
15, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We're way past 5.
Oh.
We're 10 episodes from summer break.
Whoa.
Yeah,
How about that? Does that put it in perspective?
Morning, Joe.
Morning.
That means the festival's coming.
Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff going on around the festival. Just a reminder, you can go to festivallakes.com to get your VIP experience tickets, but like huge lineup. You were just talking about this the other day, just how good the lineup is this year.
I always say that every year.
And it keeps getting, well, I mean, it is good lineup
But
every
this
year.
year for real.
I always say each year that
Yeah.
it gets better.
It does.
This
Jelly
is the
roll.
top selling year we've ever had. And then, we do stats comparative to see where we are. And we're in a good spot this year. It's because we have Jelly Roll.
I mean, Jelly Roll, gold, you announced gold.
He skews all the numbers.
That's true.
The fact he sold so much, but he sold out the gold section.
You've never done that. You've never had to do that before. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, sold out the gold section, silver section selling quickly. It'll be sold out before long, and then it'll be all StubHub. I haven't even looked at StubHub to see what the gold section tickets are going for.
I haven't either.
But it's a lot higher than they were.
Without a doubt.
Right.
Yeah, and then you got Offspring on Friday, Moneybag Yo and Kevin Gates on Saturday, and away we go on Sunday with, I wish I could pronounce El Recodo better.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good show.
It's going to be great.
Mm-hmm. You know, on Thursday when you have we have freestyle night Wednesday, free parking, freestyle.
Oh, I like that. Free style, free parking.
Yeah, for Wednesday. Don't be getting used to the free parking for Wednesday. Yeah. But on Thursday, if you have a ticket to Jelly Roll, you get exclusive access to the carnival. Meaning there's not going to be a lot of long lines that day. The only people that could go to the Festival of Lakes on Thursday are the ones that have tickets to Jelly Roll. So,
and another good thing about that, and just to be clear on that, not only do you get free access to the carnival, like on Thursday with your Jelly Roll ticket, you don't have to buy tickets for the rides.
Right.
You just go on the rides.
It's built into your ticket.
Correct.
Jelly Roll. So.
Very cool. So go to festivallakes.com.
Is it on there, John?
Ooh.
I don't even see it on here. That makes it even more exclusive.
I would put it on there.
I would too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, Jelly Roll.
Gold
Coming.
or silver ticket, you get to go to the carnival. Is that right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Get those tickets. Ride the Ferris wheel.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, what do you got for us today?
We were on the news the other day.
We've been in the news a bit.
Yeah, but they were like, they pulled, I don't even think the last show we even, honestly, you know what's funny, dude? I've been like getting interviewed lately. I was talking to some of the people from the Bears yesterday, and they're like, what are you talking about when you go on there? I'm like, nothing, really. Like, I'm talking about the same stuff I've been talking about. My talking points haven't changed since
2 weeks.
Since that Friday or that Sunday night when in Springfield when they didn't get anything done.
Since then, okay.
My
that's
talking
even longer.
points-
That's May 31st or
I
whatever
haven't
that was.
changed anything I'm talking about. I mean, I guess a little bit. The Bears are looking at more than one site. Okay.
They announced it. And
but
their
at first I wasn't talking about that, and then everybody else assumed, figured it out. So the other day on the show, we were just talking in general about the Bears, and they pulled it and ran it on Channel 7. Pretty cool.
You want me to play this whole thing?
No, you don't have to play the whole thing. Just go to 2
Go
minutes.
to the end? 2 minutes?
2 minute mark.
JB Prisker spent about 10.
Here we go. 2 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Mayor McDermott, a Democrat, says he's been told by other leaders in Indiana to avoid providing any bulletin board material.
I think that's a better speech a month from now when this thing's over. It's a much better speech in a month than it is right now, man. I don't think that helps too much.
Oh, no.
We've reached out to the
We were
Bears
talking
for
about-
response.
Right.
Snoop made it again.
Senator Banks. We were talking, but
They just clipped it.
it's cool.
Lockpot.
So I wore a
news.
nice shirt. You guys clip it today.
Lemons. Making lemonade out of lemons.
It's a zesty shirt.
I like this shirt because it reminds me of my new drink,
Which is?
Club
Soda
with the lemon or lime. Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Exotic.
it's a good
one.
drink.
Yeah.
It's a good drink. It's
I was
very
expecting
refreshing.
more. Like,
No, I'm a California sober. Remember?
That's right.
I'm doing really good at that. Like I really don't drink much at all anymore. Although, did I have a beer yesterday? 2 days ago, I had a Guinness. That's if I go someplace and there's a Guinness, I'm like, okay, I can have a Guinness, one Guinness.
Yeah, I mean, it's more like nutrients than beer.
Agree.
that's a meal.
Agree. It's
More
like part of your meal.
nutrients than beer.
It is. It's Guinness. Believe it or not, is one of the lowest alcohol content beers.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's like a meal. It's part of your meal. It's like having Irish stew.
I do like them.
Yeah.
Because I'm like not a big carbonation guy. And Guinness does
too.
not have a lot of carbonation.
But I hit the wall with Guinness. If I have like 2 Guinness.
yeah,
I'm
two's
like,
about.
Is
right
it
for
2
me.
Guinness? Guinness?
Guinnesses?
2 Guinness?
Guinnesses, I think I would say.
I think it's Guinness. If I have
Guinness?
2
Two
Guinness.
Guinness, or maybe it's just
I
Guinness.
think it is.
Yeah.
Guinea.
Guinea?
Guinea.
2 Guinea?
2 Guinnesses.
You
2
have-
Guinness?
If I have way too many Guinea, yeah, I start
Start saying things like Guinea.
it.
This is we've been following this a little bit, so I wanted to bring up just some really interesting updates, and this was reported in the Indiana Citizen this just yesterday. We've been following the Indiana Secretary of State race, and of course tomorrow on the Republican side, and just throughout, right on the Democratic side, the Bobi Blythe Pot race. We also followed, of course, what's going on with Ballard, which I'm going to give an update in a minute. And tomorrow is the GOP convention down in Indianapolis. And remember, our current Secretary of State, Diego Morales, lost his support from both Attorney General Rokita and Senator Jim Banks, who now support Banks staffer Max Engling. But this was interesting. The Hamilton County Republican Party Chair, Mario Massalamani, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, said the attacks on Diego Morales are because of his race and his background, with him saying on the Larry in Fisher's podcast that the attacks wouldn't have landed if he wasn't a, quote, short Hispanic from Guatemala that has a thick accent. That was from the Hamilton County Republican chair.
It obviously didn't prevent him from winning a statewide election.
No.
His thick accent and the fact that he's short. I mean, he still won.
He won last time.
So what, now that because he's got a thick accent and he's short, you can't attack him?
I
mean, he won with a thick accent and
That's
being
right.
short, so, like, he's going to get attacked. I mean, that's part of the game.
I'm with
Sorry, you can't attack Diego because he's got a thick accent and he's short. Bullshit.
So this was another very interesting update, though. Greg Ballard's campaign yesterday, they've been trying to collect 36,943 valid signatures before June 30th, and they announced yesterday that they have 35,167
Valid?
So, not valid yet. They're not sure how many are valid, and that actually the reason that I saw the article was there was 10 signatures in Hamilton County were quote unquote forged. And they were identified by the election board like they're supposed to by the clerk's office, so that the system worked, everyone. And the Ballard campaign's trying to distance himself, saying it was a rogue volunteer. The Hamilton County Republican chair that I just mentioned is calling for an investigation in the Indiana State Police. And in the meantime, Mayor Ballard's trying to get the signatures, and he's real close.
By tomorrow.
By June 30th, yeah.
By
June
June
30th.
30th.
June 30th is the
Okay.
day, so we got a little bit more time. Yeah. And if he's already at, I would say, try to get 10% over. Like if you're at 35,000, try to
And
get
how many does he need?
38,000. He needs 36,943. He has
He's gonna get 'em.
35,167. I agree with you.
Yeah, I'm sure he's
It's
in Indy
crazy.
because you don't have to get him from each district
No,
either. So
no.
you could just hang out in Indianapolis.
Yep.
Just like
Hamilton County, wherever he's strong, wherever he knows people.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's amazing.
he's strong in Indianapolis. 'cause
Yes, he
was
is.
mayor there.
Absolutely.
For what, few terms? 2 terms
One-
at
Good
least.
point.
Was it 2?
Yeah.
I thought it was 1.
I don't think
2. Okay.
so. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Anyway, we're going to know who the Republican
It's an
Secretary
educated
of State
guess.
candidate
I was
is
here. It's
tomorrow.
just a long time ago.
All right.
But it looks like we're going to
Greg
have
Ballard, remember? He won probably one of the biggest upsets in Indiana history
Yeah.
when he beat Bart
Not
Peterson.
Goldsmith, Peterson. Yeah.
He
there
beat
you go.
Bart Peterson. Nobody saw it coming. It was one of those where Bart Peterson at the time was the mayor of Indy, and he was so secure in his position that they passed some very unpopular measures in the same year as election year, and he was just like, nobody's gonna beat me, and they passed some things that were and it was the beginning of the whole property tax revolt, and it was a property tax increases in election year. And people were just fed up. And
Yeah.
they were like, we're done with this guy.
I mean,
And-
think about it.
Greg
they had
Ballard
a
won.
Republican.
Yeah.
In Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Which you wouldn't think would happen, and it did.
And that's why I remember Ballard. He was there, obviously, for 1 term. I'm pretty sure. Could you look it up real quick? I think he was a 2-termer.
terms.
2 terms, you're right,
Yeah.
Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he got reelected. And then I don't believe I don't think he ran for a 3rd term. I think he walked away voluntarily, which is badass, by the way.
I really want to get
Does
him
it
on.
say if he walked away voluntarily, John?
It doesn't, but I think he did.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
We should, this guy would come on our show.
Gosh, and I thought he lost the Joe.
All right. I need Steve and I to put our heads together today. We'll get Andy involved.
I really would love to get Greg Ballard on just to talk about how in the hell did you get 36,000 signatures?
He paid for him.
5,000
He
was.
paid for
Oh,
him.
did he?
I'm sure.
We got to find that out.
Meaning, you hire people. That's their job.
Right.
Right. Or like we had firms that helped us in some of the tough parts of the state. Because we had to get them in each congressional district. Some of them are easier than others. Okay?
Especially, as a Democrat, absolutely. Yeah.
So what we would do is we would hire people just to work in that area, and they would get paid per signature.
Yeah.
Per valid signature.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. So that was pretty cool. And I mean, that's a good way to do it. I'm just curious on what he did to get 36,000 because we had to get 5,000, and it was like, holy cow.
I believe in what Greg Ballard's doing. I think it's really important. I think it really is. It's this two-party system is ruining our country, in my opinion. Says a Democratic mayor. This is ruining our country. And by the way, we're going to get into a story in the second segment today about Hillary Clinton stating the obvious. Okay, and it's a big story because Hillary Clinton had the balls to say the obvious that Joe Biden shouldn't run for a second term. Okay, but like the two-party system produced Joe Biden and then ultimately Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump. The two best candidates in the country. Get the fuck out of here. That's the two-party system is broken, and what Greg Ballard's doing right now is very important.
Yeah, I'm
in
really,
my opinion.
I'm really interested to hear his take on like why he decided to run independent and why is he really trying to get a third party.
I think he'll tell you basically a little bit without saying the GTFO. He'll tell you basically what I just told you is the two-party system is broken, and we're producing people that don't represent typical Americans.
Well,
John, am I wrong here?
No, not at all.
And I think you're not getting a choice.
I think
Not
it's
at
more
all.
important what Jill thinks because I don't think Jill is probably the least political person in this room. Is that fair, Jill?
Yeah, probably.
What do you think about what Greg Ballard's trying to do? Is it important to you?
I think options are always good.
Right. And it's going to be another option on the ballot. It's, I wish he wouldn't have called it the Lincoln Party. I wish he would say it was like a moderate party. I think it would be much more effective.
Well, you've even said like it'd be good to have an M after your name.
Right.
Right. I mean, you've said that in the past. And
right. I wish. I wish I could.
I think that's the problem with the two-party system as it goes up the ladder, right, all the way to the national, is you are just stuck with two choices. Because anybody that's not like part of a viable third party, you're just, you're like you
like
can vote
the
for
Libertarians,
Green Party.
The Libertarians in Indiana.
Socialist Party, whatever. Call it whatever you want, right? Yeah, Libertarians in Indiana.
And
Right.
Their
voting,
biggest day was 19%.
Right.
Oh wow.
That was a big day, though.
Yeah, for them.
That was against Holcomb re-election,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
Right.
rainwater.
Rainwater. Right.
yeah.
What were we going to say, John?
And that voting block that feels more betrayed than ever by each party is only growing.
Agree.
Yeah.
There's
That's
people in
huge.
both parties. I think, in my opinion, the Democratic Party is going farther and farther to the left. And what we've already seen what happened with MAGA and the Republican Party.
Yeah, they went farther and farther to the right, or I don't know what you call it, takeover.
So, there's people in both parties that are scratching their head. And we talked to friends of ours that are Republicans, Kevin, that are Republican insiders, and they're saying the same thing that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Is like, I don't know what the hell's going on with my party, and I don't know where this leaves me because there's things going on in the party. Like right now, Democratic Party, one of the big things that's being discussed by the far left is a ban on data centers. Okay? Where does that leave a guy like me? I'm a mayor. I support data centers because I'm trying to run my city. And by the way, we're broke. We don't have a lot of money laying around, which is part of the reason the Bears are interested in Indiana is because we don't have high taxes, right? And then there's people in my party that are like, no data centers. If you're doing data centers, you're not welcome in this party. So where does that leave me? I'm running things. I'm one of the leaders in the party. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm not welcome here anymore, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, you've seen that happen to you in the past, though. Like, for example, it was like, oh, I can't believe you're not supporting public education. You're supporting a charter school in your
I
city.
agree.
But
when all these things that I'm like a mortal sin, I'm committing all these mortal sins to the party. When they start adding up, you're like, huh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, am I
Well, that's
really
why-
that bad of a person? I'm like this horrible elected official
and you've
because
supported the Democratic Party your entire elected career,
Right.
which has been awesome. But like with Greg, that's why I'm curious to get you two in a room, you and Mayor
Yeah.
Ballard, to see what he says.
that's why I think it's real important what he's doing.
Yeah, well,
That's why I think he'd be a great guest on the show. And I think Steve and I need to double down and try to get,
especially after he becomes a candidate officially.
well,
Yeah.
I mean, next week.
Yeah,
He'll be. I'm sure
We'll
he's
know by
getting
the
close.
30th.
I'm sure he's getting close. I think it's an important thing that's going on in the Secretary of State's race, and the reason it's important, guys, is if Greg Ballard gets over 5% of the vote in November as a Lincoln Party member, that becomes an official party for the next 4 years in Indiana. And
Really
as long as you
interesting.
keep getting 5% in the Secretary of State race, so then 4 years from now, if they field another candidate in the Lincoln Party and that person gets at least 5% of the vote, that party stays alive.
And they won't have to get signatures this time. That's
Right,
the key.
right.
Right? They're
They're
in
a party
for 4 years.
What he's doing is establishing a party. Can
Really?
you change the name of your party?
I would assume.
So instead of being Lincoln Party, he's the chairman of the
Yeah,
party.
it's just about filing the paperwork.
He's like, okay, we're now called the Moderate Party.
Sure.
That's what he should do. And then all of a sudden, like, you got a legitimate, like, you got both parties looking at you, like, wow.
It'd be interesting to see if people would like run for state rep under that. Right?
Yes,
You
they
know,
would.
Like, it'd be
Will
curious.
Tom join the Lincoln Party? Stay tuned.
I don't think I'd join the Lincoln Party because it sounds
Maybe
to
the
me like the
moderate.
Republican Party.
Right.
Yeah.
But there
Yeah.
should be a third moderate party. There should be. And then you would get these disaffected Republicans and these disaffected Democrats to have a home, at least, where you're not, like, committing mortal sins in your party.
And the key
like,
is-
because I want to pay my police and firemen, I'm committing mortal sins, you know?
Right.
It's, like, ridiculous. It's like, yeah, it's easy when you're sitting in your fucking basement and you have no responsibility to
And you're on
take
your
these
keyboard.
and you take these ridiculous positions, but it's like I am actually running things here, and I'm trying to do the best I can. And a lot of people say I'm doing a decent job, but I look at the people in my party, they're like, nope, you're a bad person, Mayor.
I think the weird thing about data centers also is it's like it has this weird combination of people, like where you have like the far left people. They're saying that you don't want data centers because I don't know, electricity and this and that water, and then you have like far right wing Republicans saying like it's bad from a real estate perspective. We don't want AI, and they're like combined. So you have this really strange like
But you know what,
mashup of
too?
people.
I've been seeing some towns getting really creative with the agreement. Like, did you hear this one town just did like every teacher, they had made the company of the data center pay every teacher like a $50,000 bonus.
Oh, wow.
I was like, that's freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
at
you
least
could
get
do-
what you can.
And get it now. Get
Get
it
it
up front.
now. Get it from them. And, yeah.
I think our data center is going to fall apart before the end of the month.
Really?
I'm probably.
And you were
shouldn't
one
say
of the
that.
first, right?
No, well, we have a proposal hanging right now.
Okay.
Hanging by a thread, and they're supposed to be done by June 30th, and I have no confidence it's going to be done at all.
We'll
And
find
then,
out.
and then I'm going to prove to them what I've been telling them, that was the last extension. I'm going to prove it to them on July 1st. So at that point, I think Hammond's only going to have the one data center we built, in 2016?
That's a while ago,
2017?
yeah.
Which stinks. It's the best location in the state of Indiana, and I got operators and potential lessees that are messing around. And
Fine. We'll wait and see.
yep.
This was a story that came out of Washington that I thought was just funny and yet crazy. This is the algae bloom in the reflecting pool that is between if you've been to Washington D.C., it's between the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument, right? It's the
Didn't
big,
Trump just fix this thing?
like a week ago. That is
Like,
that
like
is a
he
great,
fixes everything.
that is
Yeah,
a great
well, it's
question.
already messed up.
Yeah.
So President Trump vowed in April to clean up what he called the, quote, filthy and disgusting water in the reflecting
It was
pool.
that Democrats.
He promised
The
to
Democrats reflecting pool. I fixed it and made it Republican.
He promised to resurface the basin to eliminate persistent leaking and to paint it American flag blue. Once the pool started to be refilled, however, on June 4th, once the pool started to be refilled on June 4th, he praised its, quote, clean, beautiful water. But, unfortunately, and you can see if you're watching.
Wait, what date was that?
That was June 4th.
June 4th. And here it is, June 16th.
And it's completely green.
Look at these
completely
pictures.
green.
Yes.
Wow.
In 5 days, it went from this, like, I guess you could call it American flag blue.
It looks
pretty
like
good,
my pool.
to green.
I've learned a couple things in the 20 years I've owned a pool. And one thing is in June, the weather starts changing from cool to warmer. And as it gets warmer, the water gets warmer and the sunlight's more direct. And then what happens is algae blooms start.
And this is a shallow. I mean, the reflecting pool is
Yeah.
shallow.
Oh, yeah. So it's getting real warm.
Real
That
hot.
warm.
And it's got dark blue on it now.
Yeah,
Good
dude.
point.
So this is what happens. I mean, honestly, anybody's got an aquarium, anybody's got a pool, the water takes a couple to settle in, and if it's not settled in, you're going to get algae blooms. You're going to get stuff like this.
John, you were saying before the show, like just you were kind of just scratching your head, like why does Trump do things like the way he goes about?
Well, I remember the press conference when it was all done. And he was like, he had these graphs and charts, and he was comparing it to like the height of skyscrapers. I don't know if you guys saw that. Like it's taller than skyscrapers or something if you turned it up in the air.
But all the water would fall out.
And,
Another good point.
but I guess
It wouldn't be green then.
Yeah, it'd be empty.
I guess I just don't understand. Like there doesn't seem to be any follow up on these magnificent projects, right? And here's a good example of this. So,
Yeah, and there's like the blue paint's peeling, And
Oh
then
yeah, this just came out like this morning.
blue material peeling off bottom of reflecting pool.
Oh my God, dude, that is so
14 million.
embarrassing.
By the way, $14 million no bid contract.
No bid.
That is ridiculous, man.
So the other crazy thing that we saw yesterday were
news.
workers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so that's an AI photo.
Yeah, exactly.
Workers were pouring like little gallons of peroxide you'd get at the store into the pool.
They're pouring
No
like
way.
half-gallon drums of
This is AI,
shock.
right?
No, this
Okay,
happened.
guys. If my pool is normal backyard pool, I would have to put like 15 of those in my pool to like even make a dent in my pool. 15. You're talking about the guy dang Washington Memorial? The reflecting pond? Like, come on.
Millions of gallons. So,
Dude, you'd need like a tanker truck of that.
So actually, Tom, you're right on point here. Here is a hydrologist that gave a little Instagram update on this, and like she was just like, "What?" It's entitled "This is Unhinged." So, John, do you have that?
Yep.
Teed up.
Gotta
Here we
be
go.
one of the most unhinged things I've ever seen. Like, and to all my water people out there, this is actually painful to watch. They're pouring gallon hydrogen peroxide into a reflecting pool that holds about 6.9 million gallons of water. First of all, wrong application to combat an algae bloom. But even if they were going to try to use this method, they would need like something like 17,000 gallons of hydrogen peroxide. You would need multiple 6,000 gallon tankers of hydrogen peroxide to even fucking touch this. And it's not going to do anything because it degrades in sunlight.
Yes.
Wow.
So
That's true.
by the time that
You
you're
never put in
like
shock
on your
during the
fucking
day.
fourth truck, the other shit has already fucking depleted. This is just like, I don't even know if like they really think this is gonna work or if this is just like a photo op.
There you
But
go,
either
John.
way.
That's
I love how there's just like kids and families playing in the background. Like
You never put in shock during daylight, by the way. That is a good point she
Oh.
just brings up. You
so
put
she's
shock-
like you said, you need a tanker.
yeah. Unreal.
It's bizarre. Here's another great photo. I think actually Steve sent this to me.
one is
My law
it?
partner
Oh,
is
this
this one. Are we great yet? And it's like I don't know what that
Creature from the Black
There you go.
Lagoon.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Good call. Creature
Yeah.
from the Black Lagoon in the reflecting pool. All
That's
right.
cool.
He
We'll follow
promised to
along.
drain the swamp, and he created a swamp.
Swamp
There
monster.
you go. You created a swamp and a swamp monster.
Yeah.
I love that. All right. Well, we'll monitor the algae bloom. Hopefully, it improves and we could see the American flag blue during the State Fair 250.
Did you guys see that? I think it was out of it was out of Brazil. The lady that went on the bungee jump.
We have right here. We have a link to this. This is crazy.
Yeah.
So basically, she pays one of these outfits that does bungee jumps. It's like a outlaw outfit, so to speak. You know, probably not sanctioned, probably not insured correctly, and she pays these guys whatever, $20, whatever, and they attach a bungee to her and throw her off a bridge, basically. Except for in this case, they forgot to attach the bungee to her when they threw her off the bridge.
It is one of the most unbelievable videos I've seen in a long, long time, and it was just like, and so good that we can't even bring it up, but like so crazy you can't bring it up.
I was
right,
gonna
Tom?
say, guys, like I was greeted with this, like, this is distressing content. Log in. Is it okay if we don't play it?
Yeah.
Like this normalization of videos that everyone watches of people dying.
The crazy thing is they played this on. I saw this on the national news.
I did too.
It's crazy, and like I didn't
That's
like.
But it
watching-
doesn't
I didn't
mean
like
it's
watching
okay.
it. I
It
know I
doesn't
didn't
mean
like
it's okay.
watching it.
Well, yeah.
It's a terrible video.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
You don't
But
see anything. You just see him throw her.
the
Without
video
a
I
cord.
saw. There's an angle.
Really?
Of it. Oh yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Let's show it.
No,
I
I
see it?
can't. I got to log in to see
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway,
But
it
here's
was,
here's a link to the article, and terrible. They just
I thought it was
threw her
AI when
off.
I first saw it.
Yeah.
I did.
Wow.
And then when I saw it on
I
the
didn't
news,
think about that.
I'm so skeptical now. If I
Yeah.
see anything that's like ridiculous, I'm like, oh, that's fake. And then I immediately go to the comments and I look, and if they're like AI, I just like bail and I never think about it. But when I saw it on ABC News, I was like, whoa, I guess that wasn't AI.
yeah, it's a weird thing. They have like two people, like almost like reminds me of like at Notre Dame Stadium when they're doing push-ups.
Yeah.
And they're holding her like up, and then they just like throw her off, and someone says in Portuguese like the rope, and then the rope's like behind. I'm like, and that's why I thought it was AI too, because they like the camera like went down to the rope, and I was like, what is going on here? And literally,
Insane.
she fell 130 feet to her death.
And by the way, like normally when you're doing these like scenic bungee jumps, you're doing it off of a cliff or you're doing it in front of water.
Yeah.
In this, it's like a construction.
It's like
zone.
off a bridge into
Well,
nothing.
like a bridge that's
Like
not
an old
completed.
bridge.
Yeah. And then she jumps. It's like a rock quarry.
Yeah, it's so sad. I mean,
Who picks
terrible.
the unlicensed bungee people?
I don't
Not
know.
this kid.
Why do you cut corners on?
Who
I
does the
agree.
licensed bungee people?
Like-
Not me.
Same,
Dude.
Same.
But Jill's point is 100%. Like, it's terrible what happened, but stop bungee jumping in Brazil and stop getting on like helicopters in other countries too. How about that?
Well, like, you know, how about the one when you go down to like Rio de Janeiro and they have the parachute over the water
Yeah.
and you like
No,
see one
no.
person like fall to their death and the other
No.
person sitting there and watching it. You always see stuff like that, but it's always some like random third world country where you probably paid 20 pesos to do it.
Yeah.
And you're like, God damn, I can't believe I fell to my death. It's like, yeah,
Right.
you know, because you paid 20 pesos, you know, like maybe you should think-
Unregulated.
right. It's like, you know, OSHA is a good thing sometimes, you know, when your life depends on it. OSHA is a good thing to have around. You
Yeah,
know?
I think safety and regulation are good for things like that, without a doubt.
100%.
Because you still have accidents, even regulated
Yeah.
stuff. There's just a skydiving plane that crashed with 12 people died.
Yeah, there's
in
not much
Nebraska.
you-
I
not
can't
much you
remember where
can do
it was.
about that, though.
No, I'm just
was
saying
it an
things
overloaded
happen.
plane? They said it never got 100 feet off the ground.
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
hear
wow.
about that.
When it took off, it never got more than 100 feet off the
I
ground.
wonder if it was overloaded.
I wonder because it was like 12 people in there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's even regulated. You know what I mean? And things happen.
Yeah.
So the unregulated stuff. Whoa. Sad story.
Very sad.
Well, let's do some ads. Let's come back, and we're going to talk about Hillary Clinton a little bit. We're going to talk about, and we've still got a great story about Gavin Newsom in the third segment, so stay tuned. And, of course, a World Cup update, which is why I'm wearing my Croatia jersey today.
Hillary Clinton in the second segment is going to state the obvious. Something that we were talking about on LockPod back in 2023, and I pulled out the Wayback Machine.
I love when you pull out the Wayback Machine.
The Wayback Machine pulls out a segment we did in 2023 where basically we made the news, but it wasn't like Hillary Clinton made it years after the fact.
Well,
and
that's
she
why
said
we're
what we said in 2023.
Don't give the whole story away.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But anyway, we'll talk about it in the second segment. So stick with us. Powering Indiana Lake County is our premier and studio sponsor. Powering Indiana Lake County is your source for the region's most trusted electricians. At Powering Indiana Lake County, we set the standard for excellence in electrical work. As IBEW Local 697 electrical contractors, we ensure safety, reliability, and quality for Northwest Indiana corporations, businesses, and homes. But our mission goes beyond the job site. We're creating a brighter future for the region we proudly serve. Powering Indiana Lake County, bringing excellence to the job, creating a brighter future for our community. Find the right electrical contractor at poweringindiana.org.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard in Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for Tortillas Nuevo Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón.
219 Development and Bauer Construction, a longtime friend of the show and premier studio sponsor. This powerhouse duo represents two outstanding companies deeply invested in building and supporting our hometowns. 219 Development and Bauer Construction. 219 Development is focused on smart, responsible redevelopment across Northwest Indiana, and Bauer Construction is the boots-on-the-ground team that brings those visions to life. These aren't just builders, they're community partners. If you want to build something meaningful in the region or wherever your vision takes you, start with 219 Development and Bauer Construction. Call to reach Jack at 219-268-8484. And they've been a beneficiary of many of the LockPod clips on ABC 7 and NBC 5.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
Right, and you're right there. They got the primo spot.
Right. MCR Partners is your one-stop destination for top-notch expertise in economic development, finance, and planning. With a dedicated team geared up to tackle your projects head-on, they're your go-to comprehensive solution providers. Dive into the world of economic development with MCR Partners and let them guide you through the maze of opportunities. Stay in the loop and connected by hitting up their website at mcrpartnersllc.com. For tailored assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to Matt Bearden at 219-741-9511.
Elevate your brand with Misprint, the premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. With a 40-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team, led by Rick Baltenberger, combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing, always on time and within budget. Conveniently located in Munster and Hammond, Misprint is your partner for creating impactful visual solutions that leave a lasting impression. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today.
Thanks to our sponsors.
And to our studio sponsor.
Power in Indiana, Lake County.
All right, let's go. Sorry, I was just looking at my feed. It seems like my feed's real choppy today. You guys having trouble?
No,
I was not.
No.
Really? Okay. I don't know what's going on with my phone. Yesterday in the news, it was big deal that Hillary Clinton was at some forum where she was on stage and she was asked a staged question, I'm sure.
Was she at the Obama Library?
Was it at
Yeah, she was there.
Is that where it was?
I don't
That
know if
makes
that's
sense.
where it was, but she was there.
That makes sense. Well, yeah. Anyway, nonetheless, she was at some big forum, and she was asked a question on what is your opinion on Joe Biden's decision to seek a second term. You know, this is coming in the wake of the DNC had a autopsy of the 2024 election. Like we need a freaking like multi-million-dollar autopsy to determine what happened, right? All you have to do is click on Lockpod, and we told you what was going to happen months before it happened. Right, Kevin?
Yeah, I think a couple things. One, and I would thank you, Tom, for turning me on to this. Not only did you say it on Lockpod, you also we also both read Jake Tapper's book Original Sin, which you want to talk about it like an autopsy. I mean, that book, you know, just got me so pissed off as a Democrat, and basically said the things Tom had said too, which is the DNC is worthless. They're covering for people. And it was an inside deal where they wouldn't give up their power. That is exactly what that book talks about. It is exactly what happened. No one wanted to be the person sound the alarm bell, and instead we got Trump for a second term.
They're like, yeah, Joe Biden's going to be 81, 82, 83, 84, and 5 in our next term. This is a great idea, Mr. President. Yes, I think you'll be a fine candidate, Mr. President.
Go on national TV for a debate, and just.
The worst debate of all time.
I mean, like, how could you as an advisor be like, yeah, you're ready to go. Joe, you got it.
Right. That, you know, the only debate I remember that was worse than that was when Ross Perot ran as an independent candidate, and he put his
vice president,
yes. Admiral Stockdale, I believe. Yes. Stockdale went up there, and it was a disgrace and a joke, and it torpedoed Ross
Why
Perot's,
am I here? Who am I?
Like, Ross Perot's entire campaign was torpedoed after that. It was the worst debate performance of all time in a presidential race up until Joe Biden went up against Donald Trump in this last election and exposed himself to the world that he is not ready for 4 more years. He wasn't even competent at that time. And then we come on to Lockpod shortly after that and start lambasting. I don't even think it was. I think it was actually before the debate when we were lambasting.
That is a great question. Mm-hmm. What was the date of the...
October 23rd, 2023.
Look at this.
I know. Look at him.
I was skinny, man.
You look good.
I know. Look less gray.
That's like 3 years. Not even 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a rough 3 years, obviously.
2.5 years. You must have been in you look like you're in triathlon shape.
I was, I'm sure. But
October.
Well, it was just
after
got
the
done.
season.
But and we were doing dead shows back in those days. That was fun.
That'll keep you skinny.
This is the screenshot. This is great.
Well, remember, if you guys remember at the time, I was super embarrassed about the screenshot because the headline says, Tom McDermott blasts Joe Biden as too old, urges president to quit re-election, and I'm sitting there in a Grateful Dead shirt. And I was like, I'm going to have to start wearing nicer shirts in the studio. That's when we were like, freaking Cardin, you're fucking us, man. Like, why don't you pick one of the ones where I'm wearing a suit, right?
Or at least give me a headshot.
If you guys remember, this is when Dan Cardin and I were doing the old, I wore a tuxedo in studio,
That's
remember?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the genesis. This was the genesis of that whole,
funny.
little battle between Cardin and I.
He's like, let me find a
Lockpod. Yeah. So
that's great.
Anyway, so
do you want to play Hillary's thing or no?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
please.
Okay. Here it is.
Mistake. He made a terrible mistake for himself, his legacy, and for the country.
Let's turn to some domestic concerns. A few weeks ago, the Democratic National Committee released an autopsy report on the 2024 election. It satisfied nobody. Not one person did it satisfy, except for maybe the Bidens, because it didn't mention Joe Biden's decision to run. When you look back on his decision to run, did he make a terrible mistake?
He made a terrible mistake. He made a terrible mistake for himself, his legacy, and for the country.
Whoa.
He had said that he would not run again. And, counterfactual narratives are always a bit tricky. But I believe if he had kept to that plan and said in, say, the late summer of 23 that he wasn't going to run, that he was going to pass, the torch to the next generation, we would have had a real contest. And very sadly, I believe whoever emerged from that contest, whether it was the vice president or a governor or a senator or anybody else, would have beaten Donald Trump. He made a terrible...
She's right.
Yeah, she's right about that.
By the way, this was in October 23. That was before the debate performance.
Wow.
Yeah, his debate performance was during the presidential election.
Great job.
So basically, Hillary Clinton is saying now, basically 2 years into Trump's second term, when economic damage has been wrought, we're at war, it's like everything is completely screwed with the Supreme Court has totally been gerrymandered. There's literally gerrymandering going on across the country in different states. Yeah. And now, thank you, Hillary. Thank you, Hillary, for stepping up and stating the fucking obvious. I appreciate you, Hillary Clinton, for saying 2 years too late what we were saying on Lockpod in 2023.
And I think
it's a joke, man.
Yeah, the latter part of what she said is I think we both agree with, which is had he made the right decision
but
early
where
on,
was she?
Right, no, I was just going to get to. I was just going to get to that like the problem with power and the problem with when you have power is that the people involved don't want to give it up. And so in the background...
But she wasn't involved.
No, I know.
She could have done
You're
this.
right. That's a good point.
She could have
got up and said...
Like Pete Buttigieg, okay? You know what? Kamala Harris. All you in the cabinet,
right.
You guys are all suspect, in my opinion.
Yep.
You guys are all part of the problem. No offense, okay? But you in the cabinet...
Ron Klain, yep.
You guys in the cabinet should have been throwing up warning flags because you saw this guy every day, right? Instead, you're like, yep, Mr. President, it's a good idea, Mr. President. And then you let this guy go out there, and he was in no shape to run for president. He got exposed, and then we had Kamala Harris for 107 days.
And I think what your point is that maybe the people in the cabinet, like it goes to my point maybe that like, okay, you're in power, maybe you don't want to give it up, you want to support the guy that you're working for, but you're right. Hillary Clinton is not in that position, and there are a lot of other Democrats that aren't in that position in the within the Biden administration that could have stepped up. I mean, it's a little bit of Monday morning quarterbacking by me, but it's definitely Monday morning quarterbacking by Hillary.
Okay, McDermott. Okay, this is in 2023.
Pre-debate.
This is pre-debate. This is when it was clear that he was getting ready to run again, and we were like, "What the hell is going on?" Right?
Yeah.
The Democratic leader of Northwest Indiana's most populous city wants Democratic President Joe Biden to terminate his re-election campaign 4 months before the first primary in South Carolina so the party can nominate a younger candidate. Mayor Thomas McDermott Jr. said in an expletive-laden rant Friday on his Left of Center podcast that he considers the 80-year-old chief executive too old to compete for next year against Republicans, even if the GOP renominates 77-year-old President Donald Trump. McDermott also warned that if Biden is reelected, he'll be unable to effectively carry out his duties during a second 4-year term that would begin January 2025 when Biden is 82 years old. I watched the 60 Minutes the other day with the president, and I thought he looked like shit, McDermott said. I don't understand why everybody is supposed to just fall in line and shut that expletive up. It's expletive. This guy is not ready for 4 more years. He's not.
What do you think those work? Fall in line and shut the
Fuck
F up.
Fuck up.
It's BS.
bullshit. It's bullshit.
Yes.
I know how to talk. It's bullshit. This guy is not ready for 4 more years. He's not. Right? Yeah. McDermott said he remains a loyal Democrat and believes Biden generally has done a good job as president, but he said anybody who thinks Biden will be a better president in a second term is gravely mistaken. What's he going to look like in 5 years? Shit. He looks horrible right now. 5 years from now, I'm sure he'll be much better, right? I'm sure he's going to be much stronger. Come on, man. What are we doing? McDermott said. Shit. 82? Shit. 82? Get the fuck out of here, man. This is bullshit. I'm serious. This is bullshit. That's what I said in the article. Okay.
Yep.
And it was quoted in 2023, way before he blew up on stage. We were talking about it on Lockpod. Thank you, Hillary Clinton. 4 years later for stating it fucking obvious. Thank you, Hillary. If you would have had the guts to say that when I was saying it, maybe we could have done something about it, Hillary. But now you come out and you want to be this big hero. It's total bullshit, man.
Could
That's
you-
why our party's screwed,
Could
Kevin.
you finish up the rest of your expletive-laden?
Which
Because
part?
I want you to fill in the blanks again. It's
Sure.
like I feel like we're doing Mad Libs.
Sure.
Yeah.
Where are they? Which one?
Right after you said this is bullshit, and then it's
Okay. The 5-term mayor who is running unopposed for a 6th term in November.
no, right
7th.
above that. Right above that.
Okay. That's bullshit. That's bullshit, McDermott said. There's a lot of Democrats that could have beat Trump easily. Okay. There's another one here.
True.
There's so many Democrats that would be spectacular that are having to sit on their hands because there's an 82-year-old that's being selfish. Let's be honest. He's being selfish, McDermott said. I think there's a lot of people who could win. I think if given the proper support, a guy like me could beat Trump. Like, I don't know. I don't think Trump is that hard to beat. So why are we putting up an 82-year-old?
Man, looking back, it was like you were
Nostradamus.
right on point, man.
I agree with you.
But you're right. The problem is, and the DNC supported this. They just let him run.
I think there's another one. I think it's a joke that we're putting this guy up for a 2nd term, McDermott said. Honestly, I don't know why this guy just doesn't walk away. I just don't get it, man. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you weren't. I think looking back, obviously you were on point. And now that I read the Jake Tapper book, it just is frustrating. If you read that book, you'll be pissed off as a Democrat.
Last line of that article. If we have Trump versus Biden, we've failed so hard as a country, McDermott said. As a country, we are a bunch of losers if that's the best two people.
And that goes to what we said in the first segment about, that's what we get. We get whatever is put up.
Because we trust these parties to represent us, and the parties are corrupt losers. Okay? They are. The DNC, is this rocket science we're dealing with? Am I like fucking Nostradamus? Am I like some political genius? No. I know how the average person feels. I know how the average person votes. That's why I'm successful. And nobody in the Democratic Party gives a shit about how people like me feel.
Well,
they're just like,
from
nope.
the presidential level, I agree with you. Yeah.
I agree with you, man. That's why we're screwed. You need a freaking autopsy for that? Why don't you just give a couple of us a call? We'll tell you what's wrong with our party. You spend millions of our DNC dollars on an autopsy that doesn't say anything. This party is broken. The Democratic Party is broken.
Reminds me when the Republicans did a autopsy with Reince Priebus, and that was a failure too. They were trying to say, like, we need to get more Hispanic people into the fold. We need to get more. And then they had Trump come along, and he showed them that, like, basically just get people riled up, lie to them about everything, do whatever you want when you get in office, but get them riled up about stuff that they care about, like the price of eggs or the price of this, or or make America great again. I won't go into any foreign wars. And you get them all riled up, and they vote for you, and then you get to do whatever you want when you're president.
Right. And that's the funny thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
2023. You listen to Lockbot.
Wayback Machine.
We are on the pulse. People just don't listen to us.
Well, some do. We have some people.
Our fans listen to us. Yes. But the people that are pulling the strings of power don't agree with people like us. And we're supposed to just fall in line. Thank you, Hillary Clinton. I appreciate you saying what you said. Okay. I think it was 4 years too late. Okay. We would have. Because a person like Hillary Clinton in 2023, when I was saying that stuff, if a person like Hillary Clinton says it, it's a big damn deal. Okay? It could have made a difference, right? But if it's just Lockpod saying it, nobody gives a shit about us. And even though we're right.
Yeah, very interesting. And the other thing I would say that, like, I was just, and this goes back to whether it was at the Obama thing or not, but the one thing I liked about the Obama thing yesterday was, like, you saw people like the Bushes there. I mean, that's like back when, like, presidents all... Yeah. Former presidents all got along. Yes, I mean, like, I'm thinking to myself, when the Trump library opens, who's going to be there?
None. Just his losers. His loser cabinet, bunch of sycophants.
Yeah, like Bannon.
He'll be there. Bunch of losers. January 6th, Proud Boys. Yeah, it's good. He's got a bunch of losers back in.
I wonder where he's going to put his library. It's got to be in Florida, right?
Miami.
Yeah. Oh, he already did. Yeah. Oh wow, Miami.
Mar-a-Lago.
They'll do a UFC fight before it opens.
Yo, we didn't even get to cover that. What a joke, man.
All right, let's go ahead and do some ads. When we come back, Gavin Newsom is being investigated by the Department of Justice. Let's talk about it.
And a World Cup update.
All right. Let's start off with the Branding Room Floor. Don't let your business get lost in the shuffle of generic branding and aimless marketing. The Branding Room Floor is Northwest Indiana's best full-time, full-service marketing agency, providing data-driven results to help your business grow in a crowded market. From website development and digital advertising to graphic designs and printing, the Branding Room Floor will set your business or organization on a clear path to strategic success. Don't wait another day to get started. Visit thebrandingroomfloor.com today.
Cantrell & Cantrell, attorneys at law. Are you injured or in trouble with the law? Give Cantrell & Cantrell a call and schedule your consultation with someone who's in court and at the jail every day. Call John Cantrell at 219-5544-LAW or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife, Kristen, make a great team and are waiting to hear from you.
The Bug Guys Pest Control. Hammond, where the wind off Lake Michigan hits harder than a Bears goal line stand in December, and traffic on the Boorman feels like a full-blown blitz. The Bug Guys are your hometown pest defense, knocking out ants like they're clocking in for a long shift at the fire station, kicking roaches off of your kitchen counter like they tried cutting through Calumet Avenue at 5 p.m., and sending spiders out of your basement faster than a plow truck on the first big snowfall. Because around here, if it crawls, buzzes, or bites, it's playing on the wrong field, and the Bug Guys bring the monster Midway energy straight to your home. Bear down, bugs out, the Bug Guys Pest Control, 219-810-7481.
Bear down, bugs out. I love that. Bear down, bugs out.
Brian's good. He's a good writer on these ads.
Oh, yeah.
Really good.
Calumet Brewing. This Bud's for you. For 150 years, Budweiser has been farmed, brewed, bottled, and enjoyed across America. Thanks to hardworking Americans and the highest quality American farmed ingredients, we're not just made in America, we're made of America. Budweiser is also the official beer of the Chicago Cubs and will be celebrating alongside their 150th anniversary this season. Go Cubs, go. Enjoy beers and cheers to 150 years responsibly.
I was just texting the Bug Guys. All right, Prestmer Insurance Agency. For decades, the Ron J. Prestmer Insurance Agency has been located right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. Prestmer Agency specializes in a wide range of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and much more. The Prestmer Agency serves thousands of people and businesses throughout Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron or Ronnie today at 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you.
Thanks to our
Hablamos
sponsors.
Español.
Appreciate our sponsors, especially our studio sponsor, Power in Indiana, Lake County.
What about Byway, man?
Love Byway.
All right, we haven't read it
I
yet.
went to Byway. Oh,
Jill.
my bad.
Byway brings a family-friendly microbrew with a spacious tap room, an outdoor patio serving its award-winning craft beer, a chef-driven food menu, and craft cocktails on draft. Their brewing equipment and production facility offer a unique backdrop for events like bridal showers, reunions, or corporate parties. With their amazing food truck, they can cater to your corporate and private events off-site. Just off 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit, let them show you that customer service is their top priority. Check out more at bywaybrewing.beer.
Thanks to our sponsors.
Including our studio sponsor, Power in Indiana, Lake County. I want to just mention they have a new sandwich at Byway called No Ben. Really good. Chicken sandwich. Really good.
I got the Executioner song
That's a
yesterday.
go-to as
or
well.
2 days ago.
Love that.
Freaking off the charts, man.
Did they start their summer happy hours, like drink specials?
I don't know.
They do the slushies usually.
All right.
Really?
Get over there and check them out. Byway.
Byway is such a good restaurant.
So good.
Oh, damn. I'm hungry right now, too. Is Gavin Newsom in hot water, or is this part of Trump's revenge train? Gavin Newsom, governor of California, says the Department of Justice is investigating him and his wife. One of the biggest political stories in America this week comes out of California, where Governor Gavin Newsom says the U.S. Department of Justice is investigating both him and his wife, Jennifer. Newsom went public with the allegation in a video statement, claiming federal agents have been contacting friends, former employees, and people in his orbit looking for evidence of wrongdoing. According to Newsom, this isn't a legitimate law enforcement effort. He says it's political retaliation by President Donald Trump against a potential future rival. Newsom is widely considered one of the leading Democratic contenders for the 2028 presidential nomination. He has increased his national profile over the last year and has become one of Trump's most outspoken critics. Newsom argues that's exactly why he's being targeted. Now, here's where the story gets interesting. While Newsom claims this is a politically motivated investigation, reports indicate there are, in fact, federal inquiries involving people around him. One reported investigation involves his wife's taxes and financial dealings connected to organizations she has been involved with. Another reportedly relates to Newsom's former chief of staff, Dana Williamson, who recently pled guilty to federal fraud charges in a separate matter. Importantly, there have been no public allegations that Governor Newsom himself has committed a crime.
So it looks like it's into people in his orbit, but not necessarily him.
The Justice Department has declined to comment publicly, and federal officials have not confirmed the details of any investigation. Sources familiar with the matter have said some of these inquiries actually began in California and were initiated by career federal investigators rather than political appointees in Washington.
Interesting. Okay.
So this is like at the intersection of law and politics. Newsom says Trump is weaponizing the Justice Department against a political opponent. Trump supporters argue that no public official, regardless of party, should be immune from federal scrutiny if investigators believe questions need to be answered.
Except regarding President Trump's taxes and his family.
Right.
Then they're then there cannot be ever investigated, I think.
Either way,
settlement.
This is another chapter in what has become one of the most visible political rivalries in the country. If Newsom runs for president in 2028, expect this investigation and whatever comes from it to become a major national issue.
Yeah, it's interesting because when I read the article that you forwarded me, Tom, it seems like it is not about him. It's about something to do with like donations or his wife's
bequests. This is one part of it from what I've been digging. Benevolent requests.
Okay, benevolent bequests.
No, so let's imagine this. Let's say as mayor, I'm like, I don't want you to donate to me because, I don't think I'm worried about my race. But if you're going to donate, I would really appreciate you donating to the
X Foundation,
the Boys and Girls Club of Northwest Indiana, right? Mm-hmm. And then they're like, wow, that's really nice, right? And they donate to the Boys and Girls Club of Northwest Indiana, right? That'd be a really nice thing. And in Indiana, if I asked somebody to do that, and let's say, Kevin, you wanted to donate $10,000 to me, and I was like, hey, man, instead of giving me $10,000, I'd like you to give it to the Boys and Girls Club of Northwest Indiana. If you did that donation, I would have to put that on my campaign report. In California, not in Indiana. In Indiana, that has nothing to do with campaigning. Mm-hmm. Okay, but in California, their campaign finance laws are very strict, and benevolent requests like that have to be listed.
Benevolent requests. Okay.
Now, why would they request benevolent requests be listed? So let's change the facts a little bit. Okay, let's say that Marissa runs a not-for-profit. Okay, maybe it's like a battered woman not-for-profit. I'm making this up. Marissa does not run a not-for-profit. Marissa's a judge. She doesn't have anything like this. I want to make that clear because there's people always looking to screw my family.
They'll clip it.
Right. So what I'm saying is a total hypothetical situation here. Okay. Yes. Let's imagine that my wife hypothetically has a not-for-profit for like battered women. Okay, and maybe she's probably the CEO of that not-for-profit, right? And maybe she's pulling a salary from that not-for-profit, right? And maybe it's a big salary. I don't know, right? But let's say I am saying, Kevin, I don't want you to donate to the Boys and Girls Club. I want you to donate to Marissa's not-for-profit, right? Mm-hmm. And then instead of like Kevin, I'm going to Jill. Hey, Jill, why don't you donate to this not-for-profit? Hey, John, why don't you donate to this not-for-profit? And you guys are, because Gavin Newsom's got tens of millions of dollars in his campaign account, right? So if he can get some of those millions transferred to a not-for-profit, maybe that personally benefits him. And in this case, the not-for-profit's run by his wife, Jennifer.
That's the allegation.
That's interesting.
That
he's steering not-for-profit money to her not-for-profit, and she's making big salaries off that not-for-profit.
And
that's
I guess
allegation.
the scrutiny of this, it just is interesting on the timing. Like, is it, I know that some people are saying, like you said in the article, that it came from California investigations, and others, of course, Gavin Newsom's going to say, "Oh, Trump's doing this to get me, either out of the race or sullied for the race." So
it's interesting because, like, let's say it's legit. Mm-hmm. If it's legit that he is steering benevolent requests to his wife's not-for-profit, and it's a legitimate investigation to make sure there's nothing improper taking place, right? And then he's like, oh, Trump's trying to screw me, right?
Yeah, in this day and age, you tend to be like, oh, yeah, he's trying to screw you.
Right, and then it sort of like throws question on the whole investigation, right?
Because, over the last several years and multiple years, right, everything's been put into question about the DOJ.
So basically everybody that runs for president, you run for president if you have federal investigations, and you just call the federal investigation bullshit because I'm running for president, right?
Seems to be the MO.
And then you become president, you pardon yourself, and you pardon your family.
And you get settlement agreements with the IRS, and all kinds of exciting things happen.
Or you pull like a Tiffany Henyard and just change parties.
Yeah.
Like,
and
she's Republican now.
Run in Fulton County.
I still think she's doing that for a pardon.
I agree with you.
Because if she gets indicted, she's going to ask for a pardon.
How could she not be indicted already, dude?
I know. I can't
figure
that
out
out
either. It's like, whoa, what happened?
She skipped town. Dude,
how?
She skipped town, skipped parties. Skipped everything, and she's still not indicted. This chick had millions of dollars. Like,
not only not indicted, she's a nominee.
What do you have to do to get in trouble? Like, for God's sakes, this chick had a DJ. She's a fucking mayor. She had her own personal DJ.
And she had her own 501c3. She had her nonprofit.
Dude,
right,
she had exactly
what do you have to do to get in trouble?
Remember, she basically did exactly what you're talking about. They gave a bunch of money to her breast cancer awareness. Remember, they had the DJ the trip on the bikes and the trailers down to Springfield.
And then the money never made it to the not-for-profit, right?
Wow.
What do you have to do?
Benevolent requests. It was right here in Dalton.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is. You're right. I didn't think
It's
about that.
very similar.
I wonder if one day we're going to have to report that. Like if I make any benevolent requests.
I mean, it makes sense that you would have to.
There was a politician in Northwest Indiana that was doing this.
Really?
Absolutely.
Huh.
It was a mayor.
Oh, wow.
The mayor got in trouble.
Oh,
but he
boy.
didn't get in trouble for that. But I remember at the time he was always getting people to donate to his wife's not-for-profit.
Huh.
Oh, wow.
It was...
Wow.
Looking back on it, it's like interesting. This guy was way ahead of his time.
He
was. Well, he ended up getting in trouble.
Way before there was
He ended up
benevolent
getting in
request
trouble
problem.
on other stuff, by the way.
Well, there you
Okay,
go.
but like he was doing this stuff way before Gavin was even thinking about it.
Well, if Gavin was doing it, we don't know the answer to that yet.
So you guys
I
said,
think Gavin's rich, dude. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah.
Why would he be like trying to like weasel a couple bucks out of his wife? That doesn't make sense to me.
I agree with you.
Dude,
Right.
look at
they
this
don't
article.
Need to.
So this says Newsom showed, this is the last tax return, Newsom showed the couple paid the household staff almost $300,000, largely for child care.
Well, child care is expensive in the United States.
He's worth
John.
hundreds of millions.
The couple purchased a $9.1 million home.
That's what
in
I'm saying.
They
In
are
Marin
so
County?
freaking rich.
He's probably worth,
Yeah.
let's just call it 100 million, north of 100 million. So then if you're worth north of 100 million, your money makes more than your wife would ever make.
Right.
You know, your money, you just park it, 100 million at 7%, 100 million is what? $7 million
$7 million
a
a year, yeah.
$7 million a year you could safely make without touching your principal.
Wow.
So like, why do you have to have your wife Jennifer
You don't.
making any money? It does. So like, I would be like, dude, she does this because she loves this not for profit,
Correct.
not because she wants to make money.
Correct.
I hope she's not making a lot of money because that would ruin the whole alibi.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
But let's say all this is on the up and up, and there is no guilt or anything. I've always felt so queasy about this kind of lawfare, whether it was with Trump or whether it was with this.
Yeah.
These are like people's lives, man.
Tell
and
me about
just
it.
Has all like this should not be in politics. If it is, if there is anything like that, you know.
Well, we had James Snyder on a couple of weeks ago, and this is what James is saying now after going through the Supreme Court and being found, you know, basically not to have committed any crimes. And then, well, he did a tax crime. He did the tax crime.
He's convicted.
Well,
He's convicted of a tax crime. Okay, and
he's
trying-
convicted, but he's fighting that. I think.
But now he's
fighting
saying
it,
that the only reason he had the tax crime is because they were looking at him because of the other thing that the Supreme Court said was legal.
I don't know.
I know.
I know.
But like James
That's
is saying the
I
same
think-
thing. He's saying it's lawfare.
That's
He's
his-
saying he was targeted.
Yeah, I think because he's playing the. This is what playing the trumpet loud because that's what you say now. But I don't
he's
know.
trying to get. I saw an article. He's trying to get the grand jury.
Yeah,
testimonies.
not going to be easy to do that.
Yeah, that's difficult, right?
Very.
It's like top secret, right?
Yeah, by rule, by statute. Absolutely. It's very difficult to get grand jury transcripts. So I'd be surprised if he gets them. But see what happens.
Because what
I don't
he's
know.
trying to do is prove that basically the prosecution was tainted at the grand jury and they're basically totally biased, right?
That's
And
what he's. I think
that-
that's the
that
theory.
the the indictments themselves should have never happened and there was bias and
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think he has a definite. I mean, look, the guy's been through a lot. That's the one thing I took out of that interview. I'm not so sure I follow the breadcrumbs the way he does, but whatever. We'll see what happens. And good luck to him, I guess. But I don't know where it's going to end up.
Yeah. So anyway, Gavin Newsom and his wife Jennifer are going through it right now, and all their friends are getting doors knocked on in the morning, and that's no fun.
No,
So,
but and on the upside, and this is Lockpod's kind of
On the upside,
this is a
World
great-
Cup.
World Cup. I got my Croatia shirt on.
Yeah, look
even
at
though they
that,
lost
man.
to England 4-2. That
Oh,
bullshit, but
I'm
whatever.
sorry, Kevin.
I just want them to keep moving. By the way, 32 of the 48 teams move on, so they got to win a couple more matches and they'll be fine.
Okay.
you know how bad the Cubs are, Kev?
Yes.
They're so bad that I'm watching soccer.
Well, you should be because it's a lot of fun. And one of the teams, the Scottish team, has just been so much fun to watch their fans and to see what's going on. John, do you have the Tartan Army one with them going to Fenway? This is amazing.
I think so.
This is them marching.
this one?
Yes. So
Okay.
this is what they call the Tartan Army is the Scottish fans. They decided they were going to go to a baseball game. This is them just walking outside of Fenway.
That's awesome.
No way.
That is so cool, man. That is so cool.
It's like thousands of them.
Going to a historic baseball field.
Yep. That's cool.
Have you guys been to Fenway?
Nope.
Yes.
No, but Charlie
looks like
Charlie
cool.
went this
I have.
week.
You watched the White Sox there?
I did actually.
Wow.
It coincided with when I was supposed to be there anyway. So
Wow.
That's so awesome.
That looks
I'm
like
going.
a cool area.
I will go.
It's
Nice.
so John, they did that. So Fenway's kind of like Wrigley. It's in a neighborhood, and they did that way before other teams had done that. They made this into like a fan experience around Fenway, and it's
My niece lives there, Michaela.
Oh, really?
She could see Fenway from her patio.
My son Charlie's been there this week. He went to a Red Sox game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here is another story out of Boston in which the Scottish fans have drank so much beer that it's 4 times the amount of beer sold in Boston on July 4th.
Whoa.
And they've run out of beer at certain places. This is a Scottish fan kind of talking about that.
Beer, the Scots fans just drunk the place dry, and all they had was like Bud Light.
If your favorite beer is missing from a tap,
we've never seen anything like it.
There's a decent chance Scotland had something to do with it. Sam Adams downtown ran out of their signature Boston lager over the weekend and needed an emergency delivery to keep up with World Cup fans. And they're not the only ones running dry.
Pretty much everything. We ran out of everything. Tennant's being number one.
White Bull Tavern may have run out of Scotland's iconic Tennant's beer, but that didn't stop the party.
The fans have been unbelievable. They're great. They're fun. They're drinking, partying, having a great.
Is this why Jill likes Scotland so much?
One
You
of
go
many.
there all the time, right?
I'm going again in November.
Are you really?
Oh, wow.
Tartan Army, slide into the DMs.
It all makes sense now.
I've been there once. I was on my submarine there.
You should go back.
Holy Lock.
Wow.
It reminded me of the region. It was very overcast and dreary when I was there.
Didn't your son propose
And blue
out
collar.
there?
No,
Ireland.
That was Ireland.
That was Ireland, yeah.
Okay.
This is a cute interview. So if you watch the last Scotland game match, there was a really big save by John McGinn, who's their goalie, I believe, and this young fan. If you can understand him, I had to read the subtitles for the most part. This is his reaction to that, which is pretty cute.
You find that? Good. He kind of saved the game for Scotland. It was the whole thing he done. Just wanted to save the game. You tell if he didn't save it, that would be 0-0.
Exactly.
You're so spot on. And how super is Super John McGinn? He's a Super John McGinn. What are you going to do tonight?
I don't know if I'll even sleep because the crowds will be like jumping about at the full night. Don't think I'll even sleep.
What a cute.
How did you? So amazing. And lastly, for John Bowditch, I wanted to. A friend of mine sent this from. Actually, I think I might have got this from Marissa, who got it from a friend of hers in Dallas at the Croatia-England game. And so this is for you, Bowditch, and all the other Crows out there that are hoping for Croatia to move on.
They lost 4-2.
They did.
That was after their loss.
Not for lack of enthusiasm, and a bullshit penalty shot on when they gave Harry Kane that second shot.
I like the fact they're outside of an Irish pub.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It says Irish pub in the background. Very generic.
Bowditch is in chat. So
is he good? Yeah,
What's up, Donnie?
yeah. So, Bo, we're rooting for Croatia. Well, a lot of fun, a lot of good.
America plays
today, 3:00. So keep an eye on that. It's going to be. If they win, they move on for sure. So
and they got
exciting.
what? 3 more games, right? You know what?
2 more group games.
You know what's interesting? Because I don't know shit about World Cup. I didn't realize it's like 7-week-long tournament.
Yes, that's what's fun.
And it's like one game every like 4 or 5 days before they start doing knockouts, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this year
they're in different locations. So we played in. Where was our first game was in L.A.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're playing in Seattle next.
Yep,
that's so cool.
It's very cool. And there's like 12 locations around. I think maybe more between Canada. Like last night, I watched the South Korea-Mexico game. Guadalajara, Mexico played their first game in Mexico City. So it's all over the place. Really cool. Really
Super cool.
Yeah, really cool and a lot of fun. And so I think they expanded the field to like this is the first cup with an expanded field. And more teams are going to make it through, so it's going to be even more exciting. So keep an eye on World Cup.
Cool stuff.
All right. Wrap us up.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Season 18, episode 15 in the books. Not 5, 15. And, we're going to be back on Tuesday. I'm not sure if we have a guest. That would take foresight and planning and I didn't open up my calendar, so we'll be here Tuesday. Promise you, and we're gonna do a great show, and we're gonna give it to you like we give it to you every day. So,
Ooh,
yeah,
kinky.
that's right.
Wow. Medium.
Marissa's out of town. I'm hurting.
Tom's a little riled up.
Yeah. So get home soon, Marissa. And anyway, take care, everybody. Appreciate you listening to Live Pod. Good to see you, Jill. Thanks, Jay Vaz, Kevin Smith, coming to you live from Mayor Tom. Take care, everybody. Lock Pod's out. See you on Tuesday.